Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video I will analyze a player again, which has been a while since the last one, so I'm excited to get back in it. Today's player will be Lulu Ray, a top Xbox player and YouTuber who is currently sitting at number 10. Ray is a solo player who mostly solo queues, so he is showing it's possible to get and maintain pred as a solo. Something a lot of people think is not possible. In the future I want to do a little collaboration with Lulu to talk about the difference between PC and console ranked arenas. Let me know if that's something you're interested in watching. Make sure to check out Lulu's YouTube channel. He's making entertaining content, which is especially helpful if you're on console yourself. I will put the link in the description below. Today's video is 3 fast-paced games from him and I will break down what he is doing right to win his games. If you enjoy this kind of content, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. Alright, let's start. Alright, so starting with round number 1, he is playing Octane on Face Runner. And let's see what kind of use he can create out of this character. Octane is a really nice solo queue character. He is instantly swinging left and got a really nice beam on the horizon. But he's smart enough to not instantly push since the Newcastle is there and he would have to go to the open and get 3 shots on him himself to get there. Lifeline is pushing forward and he's just holding the angle until the Newcastle swings. He's waiting for like a nice beam to push in himself. It's really nice. Creates a big advantage for Rain and his team. And from this point they can just ape the last guys. Fortunately Lifeline goes down. But his teammate the Newcastle is going for the rest. And he actually has a gold rest. So this is really nice for Ray and his team. And he gets rest himself and this secures him the round easily. Really nice team play here. Alright, the second round now. This will be portal side again from them. Basically you can go either way. The zone I think pulls to the buses on this side. But you know, teams usually go portal. And he has some really nice shots here. He's instantly holding the angle and this counters the aggressive push of the enemy team. The Newcastle of Lulu's team is pushing in pretty deep, so he really needs to go in to help him and he recognizes that. You don't want to leave your teammates alone, especially if it's a teammate without mobility to get out, because he's basically stuck there and forced to fight. But the amazing shots from Lulu here secured them the round. Really well played. Played around his teammates very well. Alright, moving up to round number 3. Portal side again. Lulu this time has an R301. This is a really nice weapon for this kind of combat, because it's mostly mid-range and R3 is pretty dominant there. He expected Newcastle and his team to push up from bridge again, and they did, and this created some really nice beams for him. He definitely could have pushed off that, I think. He decided to not do it, and Lifeline, for whatever reason, is trying to play in a really bad spot, which got her out-angled, so now he has to get all the enemies of Lifeline and Newcastle so he can rest them. And he's doing a great job of that, creating a lot of free angles for himself, putting in a lot of damage, and knocks 2 in the process. Well, basically knocks 2, he knocked 1, but got the other one basically 1. So now it's a 1v1 against Gibraltar. And this is really nice for Lulu, because he's probably the best player in this match. That's highly likely he is. But he's not throwing, he's going for the rest when he can, because Lifeline can just tap the Newcastle, and if the Newcastle is revived, it's basically unwinnable for the enemy team. And he kills the last guy for the win. He played this really well. So the second match will be on drop-off. He is playing Pathfinder, as you can see. Pathfinder is a super strong character on this map, because you can take immediate control over center with this. And it's your job to try to maintain it together with your team. And let's see. He has a Revenant in his team, which is kind of sketch, and a Loba. Loba is really good here with her Q. And he's playing for what it looks like a Predator squad. At least the Mackie and the Path are based off their badges. Alright, so Lulu is grappling like you should. With a Thermite in his hand to block off the enemies, with the Maggie Ball to create some damage. And force them back to their spawn. Create the advantage that you want. Like basically the horizon here is alone. Path is trying to wrap around, this is a really smart play. People try to do that from time to time because it really throws you off. You never expect the enemy to go to your spawn and shoot you in the back. Lulu is playing this really nice though, putting in a lot of damage and win the fight. So moving up to the second round. Lulu kinda misses his grapple there, so he has not the fastest entrance, but it seems like it doesn't matter. The enemy team is probably hesitant to grapple in super fast because Lulu was there so fast the first time. And basically there's one guy alone there, and he has some really nice shots in on the horizon. So at this point it's a 2v3. Like, this is kind of what you want, is that you grapple in really quickly and force the enemies out, and maybe one enemy will stay behind and you can all jump on him to get a knock and create a 2v3, and they did. Alright, moving up to the third round. It's a really nice grapple this time. You see the enemies trying to Maggie ball the left side. This is a play people sometimes make to rush the left side and catch people off guard who are trying to hold the angle at the pillar. Fortunately for the enemy's team, it didn't work out. Lulu and his team saw through it. So now the enemy team is at a disadvantage. You see Lulu and his team can hold multiple angles. They tried to double team Lulu. And they did. They succeeded. So now it's 2v3. His teammate actually gets the rest on Lulu. This is really nice. Super nice for him, because this keeps them in the game. And he gets his back though. He wins this one with the Pathfinder in a beautiful way. Basically hitting all his shots. Hammer points really coming in clutch here. Super strong gun on controller, especially on the console side. And at this point it's a 2v1. Sorry, 1v1. Lulu is really low. He hits some really nice shots. He's not scared to fight back, even though he is like one shot. And he actually gets his bet off. He baits stress. Ryzen will climb up and she gets cracked. She didn't have the time to heal and he wins the fight. Really nice play here. Really nice. Like winning a 1v1 with 10 HP is not easy at all, but he pulled it off with some great mechanical skill and decision making. Alright, so the last game of Lulu Ray will be on Encore. And Lulu decides to go with Octane. Octane is really nice. You can force your positions here. And this is a super strong comp for Encore. Like Pathfinder to grapple to bin is really nice to have. For Ryzen to get their extra angles because of the height differences. And Octane just to get positioning quickly. And this is a really nice comp. And the enemy team has the same comp, so that should be a good match. Alright, starting with round number 1. This will be on the heightened side of Encore. And he decides to take the height immediately. As you can see, Lulu Ray and his team are positioned really well. They have 2 on height and 1 on center. This is usually what you want to do, is to create an off angle and have control over a zone. But the enemy team decides to double team the Pathfinder on the off angle. This can work out really well, but they don't seem to be very coordinated in their push. And the Pathfinder is still alive. It does die now, but it cost Horizon from the enemy team his life. And Pathfinder is probably cracked, so you can instantly push him. Get him out of the game. And Horizon got the other one, because the other player was also positioned quite poorly. So, round number 2. This will be on the heightened side again. We have Pathfinder creating the off angle, and Horizon and Lulu Ray on height. Really nice shots on the Octane there, who was trying to grab the materials. Lulu gets beamed himself, so he needs to give up height. But yeah, it's a 3v2. So if they play this a little bit slower and on each other, they can definitely win this without too much trouble. But unfortunately, the Horizon goes down. But it's still a 2v1 on the Pathfinder here. And if they stick together, Lulu can just heal up, play it slow, make sure he is healthy enough to fight back. And yeah, this is something they definitely should not lose. Let's see how they play it. Lulu is just full healing at this point. He's looking at the Pathfinder, he's creating the off angle. He's baiting the rest. He wants the enemy to drop down, or at least expose himself so he can get some shots in. And he just goes for it. The Octane got the rest there. I didn't notice that. But this now is a 1v1. Enemy team is not playing together at all. This is a really big mistake on their part. And as you can see, Lulu and his teammate are doing a really good job at this. And they win. Alright, moving up to the third round. It looks like Lulu will go to the opposite side since Zone pulls to the open side of Encore. And it looks like the Pathfinder of the enemy team has the same idea, so they can just double team them. Fortunately, the Pathfinders trade their knocks, but Lulu here is in a 1v1 against the Octane, and he easily wins this with his great mechanical skill and his cover play behind the materials. So now it's a 2v1 and they should easily win this. He gets aggressive on the Pathfinder just to secure it, and they win the fight. So these were the games from Lulu Ray. I really hope you enjoyed them. Make sure to following on YouTube and have a great rest of your day. Cheers!